Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So today we are still going to look at character creation. Let us skip. So we saw Batman, Superman. Some of you have been asking for Wonder Woman. We'll create Wonder Woman next time. Today, let us create the Flash. So you can see somewhat a description at the bottom. Hero, mentor Superman, abilities fire. If you're wondering why they went with fire in the character creation, way back when they first created the game and when they first created this build, the electric power didn't exist just yet. The electric power is something that was added later on. So that is why if you select the pre-made Flash character, you are using the fire power. Although also the fire power is a free-to-play power, so it's more convenient if you're a free-to-play player to select that. Sadly for the lightning power, for the electric power, you have to purchase that power. It's sad, but that's how it is. They're selecting brawling, but we'll probably change that. I'll explain why in just a minute. And of course, super speed movement base. So let us select the Flash. And here there's also an emblem that's been selected. For this character, I have to admit, we are not going to change the look at all. We'll keep it as it is. So they went with athletic. They went with athletic short. I would have went short for maybe Kid Flash, but for the Flash, let's go for medium. So obviously hero, serious, the Superman meta origin. Way back when we had the mentors, we thought that when they added the Fight for the Light DLC with the Green Lantern power, that maybe Green Lantern would become a mentor for all the Lantern powered characters in the game. And the same for the Flash. At some point we were thinking that maybe they would add the Flash, and Flash would become a mentor for all the super speed characters in the game. It's not at all what happened, sadly. So again, here they went with fire as an ability. We are going to switch that. Let us go with electric. Although, yes, you do have to purchase electricity. Also, electric is a healer power as opposed to fire, which is a tank power. So you decide whichever you prefer. The weapon they suggest is brawling, which makes sense because the Flash doesn't actually use any weapon, it just uses fists. But brawling is a bit slow as far as attack are concerned. So I do have a tendency to want to switch to martial arts. With martial arts, he still uses his hands, but he does fight quite faster than with brawling. And if you're worried about the weapons that the character is holding, we will get rid of that, don't worry about it. So let's go with martial arts. And obviously super speed. I guess you could decide to create the Black Racer version of the Flash and use skimming. You decide. Although if you want to use skimming, you have to purchase the skimming movement. That's sad, but that's how it is. And for the costume, the colors, everything is fine, so let us go next. And now all we need is a good name. As time goes by, it gets harder and harder to find a good name, because pretty much all the good names are taken. And there was a name reclaim earlier this year. Sadly, name reclaims happen every, 4, 5, 6 years. So I wouldn't expect a name reclaim anytime soon. So sadly, finding a good name can be a bit challenging sometimes. Obviously, if you try to use a name like Flash, the name will be invalid, of course. You cannot use names like Flash, Batman, Superman. These are big no-nos. For the purpose of this video, the name doesn't matter, so let's go for that. And we're pretty much good to go, so let us click play. So at character creation, you could decide to purchase a skip to CR 333, but it's going to cost you 50 bucks. You could decide to purchase a level boost to level 25. That one I think cost 10 bucks. Or you could just say no thanks and just start with the tutorial. We're not going to do that, we are going to skip the tutorial. So let us skip right now. And we will also skip the cinematics. I love those cinematics, but for the purpose of those videos, not very useful. So here we pretty much have created our Flash character, and maybe we could tweak the colors a little bit. At character creation, all we have is swatches that we can select from, but here we still have the sliders that we can use to create our character. So I kind of like to have a nice red, a nice yellow. So that's pretty much the only adjustment I'm going to make. Could this be for the eyes? Oh yeah. There we go, that'll do for now. Now once you get into the game, the first thing you can do is to get the Flash Cowl. So here we have the Speedster Cowl, which is the official Flash Cowl in DC Universe Online. It costs basically $2. You get 10% off if you are a subscriber. And once you purchase it for one character, you can redeem it for every single characters on your account. As you can see, in 12 years playing DC Universe Online, I bought a lot of stuff, but in this case, we'll just get the Cowl and let us consume it. So this will be our first step in customizing our Flash character. The Cowl works a bit better with the new chest pieces than I thought. Although there is a bit of clipping still, doesn't matter. So afterwards, we're gonna have to change to our Flash character. Let's do that right now. In this video, we are only going to take a look at Barry Allen. We'll take a look at Jay Garrick some other time, or Wally West again some other time. For the Flash, we can pretty much use any slimline chest and pants. We do have the official Flash boots. We also have the Flash Emblem, but we can get also the Flash Emblem from our friend Booster Gold. We'll go see Booster Gold in just a minute. So here you can see the Flash boots for about 10 millions. I have to give my usual broker warning. Prices on the broker changes all the time. These are the prices on the broker right now. Tomorrow, next week, next month, and later tonight, the prices could be different. And sadly, in order to be able to get the Flash boots, you will have to play an evil villain. So you will have to farm the old Star Labs mission, and you will have to play it over and over and over again until you get lucky enough to get the Flash boots. I'm not sure how rare the Flash boots are. I would guesstimate, probably have 5% chances to get the boots, but I don't really know for sure. So sadly, you will have to try your luck at the old Star Labs, and you will have to be an evil villain, and then you will be able to transfer your boots to your hero character. And while we're here, technically the Red Death is also Barry Allen. It's Barry Allen mushed with the Batman, so you could get the Red Death suit, also from our friend Booster Gold. So if we take a look at our friend Booster Gold, so here you can see the enhanced Flash Emblem. Originally it comes from the Team Up Time Capsule, and you can purchase it for 584 quarks. And the Flash Emblem is 193 quarks. Where do you get quarks? You get quarks from Time Capsule, and you need stabilizers to open Time Capsule, which you can get from the Stabilizer Fragmentation Solo. So as you play that mission, you will get the Stabilizer Fragments, and when you accumulate 15 Stabilizer Fragments, that will give you one stabilizer in order to be able to open Time Capsule. Although you can also purchase quarks from the quarks vendor, it will cost you 100 source marks to purchase 25 quarks. And while we're here for the aura, here I'm using the Sparking Aura. Sadly for the Sparking Aura, you pretty much have to buy it from the broker, but you can get a modular version of that aura from the Power Set Aura box. So obviously it's not going to be the full aura. Ideally if you choose the one for the headpiece, the hands, and the feet, it's not quite the full aura, but it's close enough. I had the reverse slimline before, but here with the accent panel slimline, you can see it works well enough again. And if you're wondering how I was able to get the gold trim and the gold boots, I'm using the Amazon Warrior Chroma, which you can get from the marketplace. Now there's also the Future Flash Cowl. Now I've tweaked the colors a bit so that you can see that there's some scratches built into the headpiece. So it is literally the Future Flash Cowl that you see in the cinematic at the start of the game. Sadly right now the only way to get it is from the broker. It will be on the Booster Gold vendor eventually, but when, I have no idea. But the reason why I wanted to make the video about the Flash today is because of the enhanced Speed Force style and the Speed Force style. And there's even also a Speed Force conduit accessory. So here you can see the enhanced Speed Force style, the Speed Force accessory, the back piece also. For the belt, you can see the armory. Sometimes I kind of like to use the Speed Force Spectrum belt, but the Speed Force belt works well enough. And somewhat recently, I've started using the Battle Damaged Slimline. I love the look it gives to our Flash character. It looks like the Flash when his costume was all torn up in the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic. So there's quite a few options to be able to create a Flash character in DC Universe Online, but the reason why I wanted to make this video right now is because for the Flash costume that you see right now, for the Speed Force costume, you have to get it during the anniversary event. That is the only time where it's really available. After that, you can buy it still on the broker, but it gets freaking expensive on the broker. So if you don't want to have to spend millions and millions on the broker to purchase the Flash suit, Prepare yourself right now. You have to buy it during the anniversary event from the anniversary vendor. So you can recreate a pretty darn good version of the Flash in this universe online. And at this point, there's a whole bunch of Flash based items that you can get in the game. There's some that you can purchase from the marketplace, but there's also some Flash based items you can get in the game. So if you want to make a Flash lair with a whole bunch of Flash based items, it is actually doable. Sadly, we just had a 50% off sale on base items, but there will be more sales in the future. At least, I hope so. So you can get the Flash base items from the marketplace, or you can farm various missions to be able to get some of the Flash base items. Also, you can purchase some of those base items from our friend Cheetah, and of course, you can probably also purchase some of those base items from the broker as well, if you want to. The coolest Flash base item has to be the Cosmic Threadmill. It has to be, there's no other choice. And obviously with the electric power, you have a whole bunch of electric powers to use with your friend the Flash, if you want to. And I mentioned that I use martial arts so that the Flash can be a bit faster in his attacks. But when you do select martial arts, you do have some simple katars equipped by default. All you really have to do is select bare hands. And once you do that, you no longer have the weapon equipped to your character. Also, you can use the electric powers for your character, but you can also use the various super speed powers if you want to. So with the various super speed powers, again, you can make a pretty darn good version of our friend, the Flash. And of course, you can decide to use the Flash Ally if you want to get the flashes of two worlds.
So, what can the fastest man alive do for you today?
So there you go, guys. You can make a pretty darn good version of our friend the Flash in this universe online. And again, if you want to be able to purchase the Speed Force style, you will have to get it during the anniversary event from the anniversary event vendor. The anniversary event usually starts around January 7th, January 3rd, January 7th, somewhere in that area. So be prepared if you want to recruit your friend, the Scarlet Speedster, the fastest man alive, the Flash.